students, a very big and warm welcome to all of you. I hope you all are doing perfect. So children, are you all ready for today's session? Yes, so let's start our today's chapter, which is some natural phenomena. You will be aware about electrical charge, type of charges, force of attraction and repulsion, static electricity charging an object, static electric sparks, transfer of charges to test the nature of charge, lightning, safety during lightning conductor, earthquakes. Causes of earthquakes happening during an earthquake, intensity of earthquakes, destruction caused by earthquakes, protection against earthquake. तो ये सारे टॉपिक इस चैप्टर में हम कवर करने वाले हैं. In previous classes, you learn about water cycle, rain, floods, cyclones and thunderstorms. Now you will learn about lightning and earthquakes. Even though you may not have experienced these in life, knowing about them provide a fascinating study of the natural forces all around us. Some of these can be devastating and we need to learn how to protect ourselves from them. We shall also study about some natural phenomena which we come across in our day-to-day life in this chapter. तो आपने साइक्लोन्स के बारे में सुना होगा, जितने भी आपके नेचुरल कैलामिटीज़ हैं उनके बारे में सुना होगा, जिसमें आपके लाइटनिंग एंड अर्थक्वेक्स भी आ जाते हैं. तो इन्हीं के बारे में हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं इस चैप्टर में और कैसे हम इनसे बच सकते हैं ये भी हम जानेंगे. Electrical charge. Let us perform the following activities to understand the concept of electric charge. Activity: rub a plastic comb on your hair several times. Both comb and your hair should be dry. In fact, this activity works best when the weather is also dry. Now hold the comb above small piece of papers. What happens? You will find that the piece of paper get attracted to the comb. तो आपको ये एक्टिविटी करनी है, ठीक है. इसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि आपके जो हेयर है इसमें इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज होता है, जिसकी वजह से जब आप कोई चीज़ रब करते हो, कॉम या प्लास्टिक का स्केल, तो जब आप उसको इन कांटेक्ट विद पीस ऑफ पेपर्स के पास लेकर के जाते हो तो वो उससे क्या हो जाते हैं, अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं, उससे चिपक जाते हैं. Again, an activity: inflate a balloon and rub it against your dry hair. Now gently place it against a wall. The balloon will stick to the wall. Now rub another balloon in a similar way. Hang both the balloons close to each other. You will find out two balloons push each other ways. तो आपको सेम एक्टिविटी करनी है बलून के साथ, ठीक है. From the above activities, the electric charges generated by rubbing are static, i.e. they do not move. These electric charges produce in them a kind of force which can attract as well as repel objects. We call it electrostatic force. तो आपका इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज जो होता है वो एक तरह की इलेक्ट्रिसिटी या एक चार्ज जो है प्रोड्यूस करता है, जिसमें आपके ऑब्जेक्ट्स को अट्रैक्ट भी किया जाता है और उनको क्या किया जाता है, रिपल भी किया जाता है. Types of charges. First, you need to know about atoms. An atom has three basic parts. पहले होते हैं electron, protons and neurons. The protons and neurons are located inside the nucleus or in the center of an atom, and the electrons surround the nucleus. All the three parts have different electrical charges. Protons have a positive charge, electrons have negative charge, and neurons do not have any charge. So ये क्या होते हैं, न्यूट्रल होते हैं. The charges of one proton is equal to in strength to that of one electron. When the number of proton in an atom equals to number of electrons, the atom itself has no overall charge. It is neutral. The atom is balanced, which means that is in neither positively or negatively charged. The protons and neurons in the nucleus are held together very tightly. Normally, the nucleus does not charge, but some of the outer electrons are held very loosely. They can move from one atom to another. An atom that loses electrons has more positive charges than negative charge. It is positively charged. An atom that gains electrons has more negative than positive particles, has a negative charge and is called an ion. Charged objects have an imbalance of charge and neutral objects have a balance of charge. Equal numbers of protons and electrons. Objects with more electrons than protons are charged negatively. Objects with fewer electrons than protons are charged positively. तो इस चैप्टर में इस पैराग्राफ में हमने एटम्स के बारे में पढ़ा, ठीक है. 3 तरह के एटम्स होते हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉन, प्रोटॉन एंड न्यूरॉन, जिनकी अलग अलग प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं. Forces of attraction and repulsion. As learned earlier, there are two types of electrically charged objects. Those which contain more protons than electrons are said to be positively charged, and those which contain fewer protons than electrons are said to be negatively charged. These two types of electrical charge, positive and negative, are said to be opposite type of charge. Two types of two objects which opposite or different charges attract or pull towards each other. Objects with the same charge repel or push away from each other. Now a charged object will also attract something that is in neutral. Think about how you can make a balloon stick to the wall. Rub a balloon on your hair. This removes some of electrons from your hairs and give a balloon a slight negative charge. Put the balloon against the wall. If the weather is dry, since the negative charge in the balloon will reorient the atom of the wall, a weak electrical फोर्स विल होल्ड द बलून इन प्लेस ऑन द वॉल. तो इस चीज़ को समझने के लिए आपको क्या करना है, एक आपको एक्टिविटी करनी है, ठीक है, जो आपने पहले की थी. आपको बलून क्या आपने हेयर से रब करना है, फिर आपको उसको वॉल पे स्टिक करना है, तो वो इजीली वॉल पे स्टिक हो जाएगा अगर आपका वेदर जो है वो ड्राई होगा तो. More to know, when you take off your woolen hat, it rub against your hairs, electrons move from your hair to that hat. Now each hair has the same positive charge. Remember, things with the same charge repel each other. So the hair try to get as far from each other as possible. The farthest they can get it by standing up and away from others. ऐसा आपका साथ विंटर्स में भी होता है. विंटर्स में जब आप अपनी स्वेटर्स वगैरह रिमूव करते हो तो आप अपने बाल देखते हो वो थोड़े से क्या हो जाते हैं, खड़े हो जाते हैं. ऐसे जब आप वुलन हैट्स वगैरह रिमूव करते हो, कैप्स रिमूव करते हो, तो भी ऐसा आपको देखने को मिलता है. Activity aim to prove that like charge repels. Materials required 2 pieces of cellophane tape. A piece of wool cloth. Procedure: press 2 strips of adhesive tape against a wool fabric. Rub the tape on the wool. Make sure that the strips are firmly attached to the wool. Rapidly peel off them from the fabric. Slowly bring them together. Notice what happens. Explanation: when the fabric and tape were pressed together, electrons were transferred between the two substances. When the materials were separated, the transferred electrons were left on the tape. Therefore, the tape look on an overall negative charge. When the two negatively charged tapes were brought together, they repel each other. तो ये एक्टिविटी आपको करनी है ये जानने के लिए कि चार्जेस जो हैं वो repel भी करते हैं. Again activity, bend water. Material required: comb, a piece of wool, nylon or fur. Procedure: rub a comb quickly against the piece of wool, nylon or fur for about a minute. Hold the comb near a trickle of water from the faucet. The charged comb should attract the water towards it. Explanation: why does this happen? By rubbing the comb, you are covering it with little negative charges. The negative charges are attracted to positive charges against the water. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक और एक्टिविटी आपको करनी है. परफॉर्म static electricity. Static electricity is produced when one object takes a negative charge from another object. The example: amber becomes negatively charged when rubbed with wool. Because amber attracts negative charges and remove them with the wool. As a result, the amber becomes negatively charged and the wool, due to its loss of a negative charge, becomes positively charged. Condition for static electricity: insulators, most non-metal like plastic, rubber and wood do not let electricity pass through them. Instead of charges gather on their surface. This means they are good for static electricity. When you rub insulators or things that are not metal, you often create static electric charges on the surface. Metals conduct or pass electricity through them. The charges atoms are on the surface of the material. So if electrical charges build up on the outside of a metal, most of them will dissipate into the metal, similar to one electrical current. That is why metals usually do not create static electricity. तो स्टैटिक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के बारे में जान लेते हैं. ये आपका प्रोड्यूस होती है या फिर बनती है जब आपका एक ऑब्जेक्ट जो है नेगेटिव चार्ज लेता है दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट से. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कंडीशंस आपको बताई गई है. इंसुलेटर्स आपके जितने भी नॉन मेटल होते हैं जैसे कि प्लास्टिक है, रबर है, वुड है, ये आपके इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को पास होने नहीं देते. इनको कहा भी जाता है बैड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी होते हैं. इसका मतलब कि यहाँ पे जब आप इंसुलेटर्स को रब करते हो किसी भी चीज़ पे, ठीक है, जो कि आपके मेटल्स नहीं होते, तो यहाँ पे स्टैटिक इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जेस जो हैं वो क्रिएट किए जाते हैं. ड्राई एयर: व्हेन द एयर इज ह्यूमिड, वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स कलेक्ट ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ वेरियस मटीरियल्स. दिस कैन प्रिवेंट द बिल्डअप ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल चार्जेस. तो आपकी जो मॉइस्ट एयर होती है जिसमें ह्यूमिड की मात्रा ज़्यादा होती है, ये भी आपके इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जेस को होने से रोकता है. Charging an object. An electrically neutral object can be charged by the following methods. Charging by friction. When two materials are rubbed together, one loses electrons and the other accumulates them. Since the two objects are made up of different materials, their atoms hold on to their electrons with different strength. As they pass over each other, the electrons with weaker bonds to their nucleus will repelled off that material and collect on the others. Let us perform the following activity. This one is similar to the one we had performed in the beginning of the chapter. ठीक है, तो इसको दोबारा से कर लेते हैं. एक्टिविटी यहाँ पे आपको करनी है. एम टू प्रूव दैट रिमूवल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स काउजिंग चार्जिंग. मटीरियल्स रिक्वायर्ड पेपर बिट्स, ग्लास रॉड, सिल्क क्लॉथ एक्सेट्रा. Procedure: put the paper bits on the table, rub the glass rod with the silk cloth. Bring the rod near the paper bits. Observe the bits of paper getting attracted to the rods. Explanation: the silk had no charge below it before it was rubbed on the glass rod because its atoms had the same number of protons as electrons. The glass rod also had no charges before it was rubbed with the silk because its atom had the same number of protons on electrons. The glass rod became positively charged when rubbed with the silk because some of the electrons were rubbed off the glass rod on the silk, leaving the glass rod with fewer electrons than protons. Now the glass has a slightly positive charge and the silk is slightly negative. पहले में आपने क्या किया था, कॉम ली थी जिसको आपने अपने बालों से रब किया था. यहाँ पे आपको एक रॉड लेनी है और उसको सिल्क से क्या करना है, रब करना है. मतलब सिल्क का आपको कपड़ा लेना है, उसके साथ आप उसको रब करेंगे, फिर आप उसको कुछ बिट्स ऑफ पेपर के पास लेकर के घुमाएंगे तो आप देखेंगे कि जो पेपर हैं वो उसके साथ क्या हो रहे हैं, स्टिक हो रहे हैं, चिपक रहे हैं. When two of these substances are rubbed together, the one that is higher on the list will usually lose electrons. The one on the bottom of the list gain electrons. Charging by conduction. Conduction just means that the two objects will come into actual physical contact with each other. A negatively charged rod brought into contact with the neutral object will transfer electrons during the contact. If the object is a good conductor, the electrons are spread to all parts of its surface due to repulsion. In the given figure, when the negatively charged rod touches an uncharged metal sphere, some of the negative charges will transfer over the metal object. Some electrons will enter the sphere, leaving the rod with a deficiency of electrons and making the rod less negative than it was, or perhaps even neutralizing its charge completely. These charges that enter the metal sphere will quickly spread evenly across the sphere since they are repulsive to each other. तो यहाँ पे हम चार्जिंग जानेंगे कंडक्शन के द्वारा. कंडक्शन जस्ट एक मीन होता है जहाँ पे आपके दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स जो होते हैं वो एक्चुअल फिजिकल कांटेक्ट में होते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. तो यहाँ पे आपके नेगेटिवली चार्ज रॉड जो होते हैं वो किसी चीज़ के कांटेक्ट में, न्यूरल कॉन्टैक्ट्स में जब आते हैं ऑब्जेक्ट्स के, तो ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ट्रांसफर करते हैं ड्यूरिंग दिस कॉन्टैक्ट. More to know, cloths stuck together. You might have noticed cloths stuck together when they are taken out of a dryer. When these cloths become charged by being rubbed together, the charges stay on the cloths because they are mainly insulators. So when they come out, all the cloths are stuck together. Various products have been created to address this problem. Some products add a thin conducting layer to the cloths. This allows charges to conduct away to the metal dryer. This passing of charge from the highly charged clothing to the neutral dryer is called charging by conduction or contact. तो आपने देखा होगा जब आप वॉशिंग मशीन से अपने कपड़े बाहर निकालते हैं उनको सुखाने के बाद तो वो एक दूसरे से क्या हो जाते हैं, चिपक जाते हैं. तो ऐसा क्यों होता है, क्योंकि आपके जो चार्ज क्लॉथिंग्स होती हैं वो न्यूट्रल ड्रायर्स में होती है जिसे हम चार्जिंग बाय कंडक्टर और कॉन्टैक्ट कहते हैं. Third is charging by induction. In this method, the charged object does not touch the neutral object but is only brought close to it. When the rod is brought close to the metal surface, the rod's negative charges would exert its effect on the sphere's electrons. The electrons in the sphere are reflected to its far side. This would leave the side of the ball nearest to the rod with a relative positive charge. The charges have now separated. The negative charges have accumulated on the side of ball farthest from the negative rod, while the side of the ball nearest to the rod has taken on a positive charge. Note that the rod does not touch the sphere. It pushes electrons out of the back of the sphere and down the wire to the ground. The ground wire is disconnected to prevent the return of the electron from the ground, and then the rod is removed. तो इंडक्शंस में आपने देखा होगा जो चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं वो न्यूट्रल ऑब्जेक्ट्स को टच नहीं करते, ठीक है, बल्कि वो उनको एक क्लोज आकर के या एक डिस्टेंस से उनको क्या करते हैं, चार्ज करते हैं, जैसे कि आपको यहाँ पे एग्जांपल्स के थ्रू इन फिगर्स में दिखाया गया है. Static electric sparks. A spark is a stream of electrons jumping across in air gaps, heating the air until it flows and expands. Certain conditions can cause enough static electricity buildup to cause a spark or lightning. A spark often requires both a conductor and a non-conductor. Lightning is an extreme example of a spark. Sparks do not happen easily. They are occurrence that requires special conditions. They need both non-conductors and conductors to occur. Spark requires conductors. You know that static electricity collects on the surface of non-conductors, but you seldom, if ever, see a spark fly from one non-conductor to another. The reason is that spark need conductors so that the electrons can freely move about and gather enough charges together to be able to jump from one material to another. If you look at a charged piece of plastic and put it to some metal, that there would be no spark. The charges are held on the surface of the plastic so that they would not jump to air gap. Lightning is an electrical discharge within a thunderstorm. As the storm develops, the clouds become charged with electricity. Scientists are still not sure exactly what causes this, but they know that when the voltage becomes high enough for the electricity to leap across the air फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर, लाइटनिंग फ्लैशेज. तो इसी तरीके से आपकी जो लाइटनिंग होती है, बिजली जो है वो कड़कती है, ठीक है. ये भी आपका इलेक्ट्रिकल डिस्चार्ज ही माना जाता है, जो कि एक तूफानी रात में या थंडर स्टॉर्म के टाइम पे आता है. Lightning can spark within a cloud, from one cloud to another, from a cloud to ground, or from the ground to a cloud. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपका बादलों से नीचे की तरफ आता है, कभी कभी ये ऑपोजिट भी जाता है, रिपेल भी करता है. If you took a charged piece of plastic and put it next to some metal, there would be no spark. The charges are held on the surface of plastic so that they will not jump the air gap. Another good example of this concern is how you get shocked with a spark. You are a conductor of electricity. Although not as good as a piece of metal, the reason you conduct electricity is because of the salt in your blood and your cells. If you notice, you usually see spark when you start to touch some metallic objects like a doorknob or another person or animal. So static electricity is formed and gathered on the surface of non-conductor, but it must be then transferred to a conductor to cause a spark. Transfer of charge. An electric charge can be transferred from a charged object to an uncharged object easily through a metal conductor. A device based on this principle is the electroscope, which is used to detect and test the natural nature of electric charge. तो इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज होता है ये आपका एक ऑब्जेक्ट से दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट पर ट्रांसफर होता है थ्रू मेटल कंडक्टर्स. Activity aimed to make a simple electroscope. Material required: glass jar, cardboard, aluminum foil, plastic scale or refill, paper clip and a pair of scissors. Procedure: take an empty wide glass jar, take a sheet of cardboard big enough to cover the mouth of the jar and piece of small hole through it. Spread open a paper clip from one end and insert it through the hole in such a way that both cardboard and clip are perpendicular to each other. Make loops at both of the end of paper clip. Cut two strips of aluminum foil of 4 cm into 1 cm each using scissors and hang them on the lower loop of the paper clip as shown in the figure. Take a charged plastic scale and touch the top end of the paper clip with it and observe the foil strip below. Now touch the end of the paper clip with your finger and observe. Observation क्या निकलेंगी आपकी? When you touch the clip using the charged plastic scale, you will observe that the aluminum strip diverge or begin to repel each other. वो क्या करेगा? उनको आगे की तरफ against the wall या दूसरी तरफ push करेगा. When you touch the paper clip with your hand, the aluminum strip will come back to their original position. This happens because the strips release a charge to the earth through your body. Conclusion: this is the principle used to make an electroscope. Divergence of aluminum strips shows qualitative measures of charge on the plastic scale or any object used. Greater the divergence of strip, more will be the charge on the object used to transfer charge to the aluminum strip. Thus, a simple electroscope is used to detect and test the nature of the electric charges. When a charged object releases its charge to an uncharged object or ground, the process is called discharging. In the above activity, aluminum strips gets discharged on touching with the bar bare fingers because our body conducts charges and transfer it to the ground. The process of transfer of charge from a charged object to the ground is called earthing. तो एक प्रोसेस जो होता है जिसमें आपका चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट से एक अनचार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट पे जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास होती है तो यहाँ पे अर्थिंग जो है वो कहलाती है. More to know, William Gilbert invented the first electroscope around 1600 CE to test the nature of charge. To test whether the charged object has acquired a positive or negative charge, an electroscope known charge is used. An electroscope can be charged by process of conduction or induction. Method: take a negatively charged electroscope and touch the charged object to be tested. Clip of the electroscope. If the aluminum strips in the electroscope diverge further, this indicates the test object carries charges of the same nature. The object being tested is negatively charged, but if the strip come closer or collapse, then the object is carrying the charge of the object opposite nature, i.e. it is positively charged. The same test can be performed using a positively charged electroscope and result obtained with the vice versa. तो आपको नेगेटिवली चार्ज इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप लेना है, ठीक है, उसको चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट से आपको क्या करना है, टच करना है, फिर आपका जो क्लिप है वो इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप को टच करेगा. अगर आपकी एल्यूमिनियम स्ट्रिप जो है वो इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप में डाइवर्ज होती हैं फर्दर, तो ये इंडिकेट करता है कि आपका जो टेस्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है वो एक पॉजिटिव या सेम नेचर जो है वो कैरी कर रहा है. Lightning. Benjamin Franklin was the first scientist to prove that clouds build up charges. During lightning, he tied a metal key to a silk thread of a kite and flew it in the cloud. During the thunderstorm back in 1752, when the kite flew for a while in the clouds, lightning struck the key, turning it hot. When he touched the key, he got a minor electric shock. This is because the key got electrically charged upon getting closer to the clouds. He concluded that the lightning and the minor sparks produced in our claws. If you remove your nylon claws in the dark, you will see tiny sparks and hear a cracking sound are one of the same thing. तो बेंजामिन फ्रैंकलिन जो है वो एक साइंटिस्ट है जिन्होंने ये प्रूव किया था कि क्लाउड्स जो है इनसे लाइटनिंग जो है निकलती है. अब ये कैसे प्रूव हुआ था, ये बाहर जा रहे थे, थंडर जो था, बिजली जो थी कड़कती रही थी, इनके हाथ में एक मेटल की थी जो जिस पे स्ट्राइक हुई थी लाइटनिंग, और जिसकी वजह से वो जो की थी इनके हाथ से गिर गई थी. उन्होंने जब उसको दोबारा टच किया था तो उससे उनको क्या लगा था, एक माइनर सा शॉक लगा था. Let us now understand how lightning occurs during a stormy night. Before the development of a thunderstorm, there is an upward movement of air currents while the water droplets moves downward. During this, due to their vigorous movement, positive and negative charges get separated from each other. Positive charges get accumulated near the upper regions of the clouds, whereas negative charge get accumulated near the lower regions. Due to this, positive charge also accumulate on the ground because of the process of induction. Once the magnitude of the charge increases, air, through being an insulator, is no longer able to resist the flow of charges. The negative charges meet the positive charges on the ground, producing streaks of bright light and sound. This streak of bright light is known as lightning, and the process is called electric discharge. An electric discharge can occur between two clouds with unlike charges or between the cloud and the ground. तो ये कैसे होता है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमें बताया गया है जब थंडरस्टॉर्म होता है तो उसकी जो एक्टिविटी होती है उस टाइम पे एयर जो है वो ऊपर की तरफ जाती है और जो पानी होता है, ड्रॉपलेट्स होते हैं, वो नीचे की तरफ आते हैं, जिसकी वजह से एक इलेक्ट्रिक करंट जो है वो वहाँ पे चार्ज होता है. Safety during lightning. Lightning can hit any place at any time, especially during a thunderstorm. During lightning or thunderstorm, no open place is safe. Hearing thunder is an alert to rush to safer place. The lightning can cause damage by fire and destroy a tree on an entire building on which it strikes depending upon the intensity of a charge. Interaction between them. There are different safety measures that can be taken during lightning strikes. ठीक है, तो हमें सेफ्टी बरतनी चाहिए क्योंकि लाइटनिंग जो है किसी भी जगह पे स्ट्रक कर सकती है और अगर ये ट्री या बिल्डिंग पे स्ट्रक करती है तो उन पे आग वगैरह भी लग सकती है. Outside the house, stay away from tall trees, metallic objects and poles. Open vehicles like motorbikes, tractors, open cars or machineries are also not safe. If you are in the open with no space, safe place around, do not lie flat on the ground. Instead, squat low. This reduces the chance of electric current passing through you to the ground. Stay away from water bodies like rivers, ponds, lakes and swimming pools, as water is good conductor of electric current. Do not carry an open umbrella during thunderstorm. Do not stand under or near a tree. In case it gets struck by lightning, there is a danger of getting burned. Tall buildings and trees provide an easy path for lightning to enter the ground. Do not remain in open place. Take shelter inside a building और इफ़ इन फॉरेस्ट टेक शेल्टर अंडर शॉर्ट ट्रीज. ठीक है, तो ये सब आपको प्रिवेंटिव मेजर जो है अपनाने चाहिए जब लाइटिंग स्ट्रक करती है और आप घर से सपोज बाहर हैं. तो इस तरीके से एक स्क्वाट की पोजीशन में आप बैठ सकते हैं, नीचे खड़े रहने या लेटने की बजाय. Inside the house, stay away from doors and windows and keep them shut. Do not take shower or make contact with running water or a metallic tap during thunderstorm. Do not use any electrical appliances such as television and computer during lightning. Avoid using corded telephone or touching electrical wires or metal pipes. Use mobile phones or cordless phones instead. अगर आप घर के अंदर हैं और लाइटिंग स्ट्रक करती हैं तो अपने विंडोज़ एंड डोर्स को क्लोज कर दीजिए. रनिंग वाटर में आपको नहाना नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है, और इलेक्ट्रिकल अप्लायंस को भी बंद कर देना चाहिए. Lightning conductors. Lightning conductor is used to protect a tail building from the damaging effects of lightning. It is a device which consists of a metal rod with spikes at the top and a copper plate attached to the lower end beneath the ground. The copper plate is buried deep inside the earth and the metal rod is little taller than the building. So if lightning strikes, the electric discharge flows directly to the earth through the metal rod without causing any damage to the building. तो ये आपके लाइटनिंग कंडक्टर्स जो है ये आपके टॉल बिल्डिंग्स में लगाए जाते हैं. इनको इंस्टॉल किया जाता है ताकि जो लाइटनिंग इफेक्ट है उसको कंट्रोल किया जा सके, उसके डैमेज को बचाया जा सके. Evaluate yourself, answer the following questions. यहाँ पे कुछ क्वेश्चंस आपको दिए गए जिनके आंसर आपको देने हैं. हम बढ़ते हैं आगे अर्थक्वेक्स की तरफ. An earthquake is the shaking and trembling that result from the sudden movement of the part of the earth's crust. When you throw a people into a pond, waves move outward on all direction. In a similar manner, when rocks in the earth crust breaks, earthquakes waves travel through the earth in all directions. The ground shakes and tremble. During a severe earthquake, the ground can rise and fall like waves in the ocean. The motion of the ground causes buildings, trees and telephone poles to sway and fall. Land noise can sometimes be heard कमिंग फ्रॉम डीप विद इन द अर्थ. तो अर्थक्वेक्स के बारे में आपने सुना होगा, ठीक है. जब आप शेकिंग वगैरह, ट्रेम्बलिंग वगैरह आप जब फील करते हो तो ये आपका सडन मूवमेंट होता है अर्थ के क्रस्ट का, ठीक है. अब जैसे लोग जो है वो पॉन्ड में पेबल्स डालते हैं तो उसकी क्या तरंगे जो होती हैं वो क्या होती हैं, बाहर की तरफ जा रही होती है. उसी तरीके से आपका अर्थक्वेक वेव्स भी जो है वो ट्रैवल करती हैं थ्रू द अर्थ इन ऑल directions. Causes of earthquake. Minor earthquakes may be produced by volcanic eruptions, landslides or even by underground explosions caused by people. Major earthquakes occur along faults. They are due to stresses that build up along the fault for hundreds of years. Eventually, these stresses cause huge masses of rocks inside the earth to move along the fault. The vibration caused by the movement and fracturing of the crustal rocks are transmitted through the earth and are called earthquakes. तो काउजेस क्या होते हैं? माइनर अर्थक्वेक्स जो है ये आपके वॉल्केनिक इरप्शंस की वजह से आते हैं, लैंडस्लाइड्स की वजह से आते हैं, कभी कभी जो लोग होते हैं उनके कुछ एक्टिविटीज़ की वजह से आते हैं. मेजर अर्थक्वेक्स जो होते हैं ये मेजर डिस्ट्रक्शन जो है वो पैदा करते हैं, मतलब इसमें काफ़ी सारी बिल्डिंग्स वगैरह, काफ़ी लोगों की जान माल की हानि भी होती है. Happenings during an earthquake. The following are the main happenings that take place during an earthquake. Shocks waves spread out in every direction from the point where the movement begins. The point is called the focus of the earthquake or the origin place of the earthquake. The shock waves reach first at epicenter. Epicenter is the place on the surface directly above the focus. This is the first point to be affected by an earthquake and suffers the greatest damage. Away from the epicenter, the vibrations are less strong. At the epicenter, surface waves called L or long waves are set loose. They move along the surface of the earth with a twisting churning motion. Two kinds of earthquake waves are set loose at the earthquake focus and travel through the earth's interior. These are P waves and S waves. P waves cause rock particles to vibrate back and forth in the direction of the waves are moving. Thus, the rocks particles along the waves path are pushed forward and pulls back as waves. pass. For this reason, P waves are sometimes called push-pull waves. P waves, like sound waves, can move through solids, liquids and gases. As waves travel only about half past as P waves, they cause rock particles to vibrate at right angles to their path. They make particle along the path of an S. Waves shake from side to side. Sometimes S waves are called shear waves. S waves can travel only through solids. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आपको बताया गया है कि जो वेव्स होती हैं अर्थक्वेक के टाइम पे वो कैसे ट्रैवल करती हैं. शॉक वेव्स जो होती हैं ये आपके हर एक डायरेक्शन में मूव करती हैं, स्प्रेड होती हैं. ठीक है, और इनका एक पॉइंट जो है, फोकस जो है वो माना जाता है जहाँ से आपका अर्थक्वेक जो है उसका ओरिजिन जो है वो उत्पन्न होता है, जिसे एपिसेंटर भी कहते हैं. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट है आपका इंटेंसिटी ऑफ अर्थक्वेक्स. द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ पावर ऑफ अर्थक्वेक्स इज मेजर्ड ऑन द रिश्टर स्केल. दिस स्केल इज बेस्ड ऑन द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द वेव्स सेट ऑफ बाय द अर्थक्वेक. Each larger unit on the Richter scale indicates an earthquake 10 times as strong as the previous one. So an earthquake takes a read 2 on the scale is 10 times powerful as the quakes that read 1. A quake that reads 3 is 100 times as powerful as a quake that reads 1, and so on. One of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded was centered in Assam, India on June 2nd, 1897. All bricks and stone buildings over an area of 78,000 square kilometers were leveled. Buildings in Kolkata, now Kolkata, 320 kilometers away, were toppled. The Assam quake was equal to about 8.9 on Richter scale. That would be almost 100 million times as strong as a quake that registered 1.0. तो ये जो अर्थक्वेक की इंटेंसिटी होती है वो आपके रिश्टर स्केल में नापी जाती है, जिसको 1 से लेकर 9 तक नापा जाता है. और इसमें जो आपके छोटे छोटे आपके मूवमेंट्स होते हैं अर्थक्वेक के, वो अर्थक्वेक रिश्टर स्केल में बहुत कम नापे जाते हैं, वो इतने पावरफुल नहीं होते. लेकिन जो आपके डिस्ट्रक्टिव होते हैं वो आपके 7-8 से ऊपर होते हैं. Seismograph, an instrument called a seismograph, is used to detect and measure earthquakes waves. As you can see in the figure given ahead, there are 5 basic parts of seismograph: a support, a heavy object that hangs from the support, a pen that makes marks on the rotating drums, and a base that rests on the ground. When the waves of an earthquake makes the ground vibrate, the base of the seismograph vibrates. The rotating drums attached to the base also vibrates next to the pen. The pen and the weight do not move at all. So the motion of the rotating drum move back and forth. Next to the pen causes a line to appear on the drum. Longer the line, the more powerful is the earthquake. There are recording stations all over the world where all seismic activity from major earthquake to the faintest earth tremor is continuously recorded. They make use of seismograph. तो seismograph के थ्रू आपके जो अर्थक्वेक वेव्स है उनको मेजर किया जाता है. ठीक है, फिगर में जैसे आपको दिखाया गया है, यहाँ पे आपका पेन जो है वो आपका एक शीट ऑफ पेपर के साथ लगा हुआ होता है. ठीक है, और ये आपके इंटेंसिटी को, वेव्स को नापता है. Destruction caused by earthquake. Earthquakes cause massive damage of life and property. Some hazards caused by earthquakes are as follows: damage to the man-made structure like buildings, bridges, roads and rails. Changes in the landscape of a place by deforming the ground surface. Damage to the towns and cities. People get buried under the debris of fallen buildings. Electric poles, telephone wires and trees get uprooted due to high intensity earthquakes. Groundwater pipes get damaged too. Strong vibration caused by an earthquake can burst gas pipes and cylinders, causing fire in the houses, mines and factories. It can also cause forest fire. Landslides occur when tremors are caused in mountainous regions. Tsunamis are generated when an earthquake occurs under an ocean. A tsunami is a series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water, generally from an ocean. तो आपके इतने सारे जो डिस्ट्रक्शन है वो काउज किए जाते हैं अर्थक्वेक के द्वारा. कभी कभी बिल्डिंग्स वगैरह शेक करती हैं, गिर भी जाती हैं, ब्रिजेस वगैरह, रोड्स वगैरह का डैमेज होता है. सुनामीज जो है कभी कभी जैसे अर्थक्वेक्स समुद्र के अंदर आता है, उसकी वजह से जो तेज लहरें होती हैं वो आती हैं, वो भी काफ़ी डिस्ट्रक्टिव होती हैं. और जो कोस्टल एरियाज़ हैं या नियर बाय जो एरियाज़ हैं उनको भी ये डैमेज करती हैं. Protection against earthquake. It is very difficult to predict the occurrence of an earthquake. It is very sudden. We can, however, take some precautions to minimize the damage caused by it. Some precautions which we can take are as follows: fix bookcases, cabinets, cupboards and shelves securely to the wall so that they do not fall down. Ceiling fan, air conditioner and air coolers must be secured firmly so that they do not fall down during earthquake. Keep firefighting equipment handy as there is a chance of a fire during an earthquake. Repair by cracks in the walls or ceilings in seismic zones. Buildings should be designed by qualified architects so as to make them quake proof. Use of timber, wood or mud instead of bricks, stones and concrete for construction of buildings. Keep the roof as light as possible. This will minimize the damage caused by collapse of buildings. तो ये सारे आपको प्रिकॉशंस लेने चाहिए. जो आपके अर्थक्वेक प्रॉन एरियाज होते हैं वहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा घर जो होते हैं वो ऐसे बने होते हैं हल्के मटेरियल के, ताकि अगर वो सीलिंग वगैरह आपके ऊपर गिरे भी तो आपको चोट ना लगे. ठीक है, आपके कैबिनेट्स वगैरह, कबर्ड्स वगैरह, सेल्फ वगैरह वॉल पे सिक्योरली पेस्ट होने चाहिए. ठीक है, अगर वो गिरे भी तो आपको चोट ना लगे या फिर अर्थक्वेक के टाइम पे वो स्टिक रहें. अगर अर्थक्वेक आता है और आप घर के अंदर हैं तो आपको टेबल के अंदर या कोई ऐसी चीज़ के नीचे छुप जाना चाहिए जिससे आपको हानि ना पहुंचे. Evaluate yourself to answer the following questions. आपको यहाँ पे कुछ क्वेश्चन दिए गए हैं जिनके आपको आंसर देने हैं. क्विक रिव्यू. रबिंग अगेंस्ट another body can charge a body. This process is known as charging by friction. It is difficult to charge metallic objects by friction since they conduct electric charges. Two types of charges exist in nature and they are known as positive and negative charges. Like charge repel each other while unlike charges attract each other. Charges can be passed on from a charged body to an uncharged body by bringing them in contact. This process is known as charging by conduction. When a body is charged by contact, it acquires the same kind of charges as that of the charged body. Atoms have equal amount of positive and negative charges. Therefore, atom as a whole is electrically neutral. When two bodies are charged by friction, they acquire equal but opposite kind of charges. Materials are classified as conductors and insulators depending on whether they allow the charges to flow through them or not. When a charged body is brought near an uncharged conductor, it induces unlike charges at the near end and like charges at the far end. This process is known as charging by induction. A charged body can attract an uncharged body because it induces opposite kind of charges at the near end. When the insulation in small gaps of insulators between charged bodies break down, electric discharge can take place through this gap. The discharge of charges in clouds causing lightning. An earthquake is a shaking and trembling that result from the sudden movement of a part of the Earth's crust. An instrument called seismograph is used to detect and measure earthquakes waves. Terms to learn: lightning, visible electric discharge between clouds and between a cloud and the ground. Thunder, loud noise followed by a flash of lightning. Electron, a particle negatively charged and orbiting about the nucleus in the atom. Electric charge, a charge developed by or from friction on the body. Static electricity, a charge which does not flow through a conductor. Earthquake, a sudden shaking or trembling of earth that occurs for a short time. Epicenter, the point directly above the seismic focus at the which इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द अर्थ इज़ मैक्सिमम. तो इस चैप्टर में हमने लाइटनिंग एंड अर्थक्वेक के बारे में पढ़ा, कैसे ये आते हैं और कैसे ये डिस्ट्रक्टिव माने जाते हैं. ठीक है, तो इनको या इनसे बचने के लिए हमें क्या क्या प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स को अपनाना चाहिए, ये इस चैप्टर में हमें बताया गया है. सो चिल्ड्रन, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड द चैप्टर वेरी वेल. नाउ यू विल रिवाइज द चैप्टर एंड प्रैक्टिस द गिवन एक्सरसाइज टू अंडरस्टैंड द चैप्टर थॉरोली.